Wouldn't it be? When we don't know what the variable is inside of parentheses, we can't just add it to something. Okay? We can only simplify it so far. Yes, sir? It is. Thank you. So when we can't do that, we have to remember to get the same answer by adding the product of the number's parts. The parts, the number we don't know, are n and 2. So the parts are within the parenthesis. Then we multiply by 9 in both in order to get rid of the parentheses. This is what we did on Tuesday. So okay, please throw that away. That was literally like 3 minutes ago when I asked you to do it the first time. I told you to stop doing that and throw it out. Remember? Yes. When we use the distributive property, we came out to have it simplified as 8n plus 18. And that's what we did for homework last night. How about what we have to check to see if that's true? What we can do is we can evaluate. Remember, evaluate means if we have a defined variable. We can say, okay, this is the situation. The variable is now going to be having a value. So we're going to substitute in n equals 7. So here's our n, and here's our n. On the left side, we're going to use the distributive property. Correction. On the left side, we're going to use the order of operations. On the right side, we're going to use the distributive property. We have n, 9 plus the quantity of 7 plus 9. 9 plus the quantity of 7 plus 2. With the parentheses first, I did 7 plus 2, which comes out to be 9 right there. Then we have 9 times 9 is 81. Then on this side here, we do the distributive property where it becomes 9 times 7 plus 18. 9 times 7 is 63. 63 plus 18 is 81. So since they both are each other, we know that that's true. Then we have this situation, which for some reason is the exact same as Tuesday. So we're going to move along. Write that. Right, same as Tuesday. You have those notes already. It was Tuesday. It was due Wednesday. Then we go down a little bit more, and guess what? That top bit, part C, is also the same. So to part D. Now we have to simplify these expressions. Remember the order of operations and get rid of the parentheses first before adding. This is huge. There are so many people who have been messing up on the homework because they're not following this rule. Get rid of the parentheses first before adding or subtracting. Okay? You have to do that first. Get rid of the parentheses first. Get rid of the parentheses first. Always. So we're going to look at number 1. And there's a couple of these that repeat, so we're not going to do them all. Or they're just very, very similar, just with another thing. Everything in this, because we want to give you every opportunity that you'll see. Everything you'll see in this example, these examples are where we have our items in our parentheses. Is it going to be somewhere around something in front and around something in back? Okay, I'll do a circle there. It's going to be those three things are going to be moved around. That's essentially all we got going. Excuse me. Okay. To distribute, I'm going to take my 7 and distribute it to the B and distribute it to the 81. This 9 here is just going to come back down. So I have 7B plus 7 times 81. And now the way I'm doing that in my head is this. 7 times 8 is 56. 560. And there's one more group of 7s, so 567. Now I have to look at this next part. Are there anything that have like terms in this new... Yes, there are. Which ones? 567 and 9. Those are both like terms. So I'm going to rewrite my answer right here as being 7b plus 576, because those two that I underlined in blue, those are like terms, so we can move along from there. Those two are like terms. So the first little bit is new today, or was new yesterday. The second part that I wrote was new on Tuesday. So we're combining those two for the quiz tomorrow that covers just this. Yes. And since we have a short class, it's a short quiz. And also that quiz and these homeworks are going to apply to second quarter. So if you've done well in the last two homework assignments and you do well in the quiz on Monday, that means as soon as quarter 2 starts officially, as far as Tiger View goes, which is going to be about Thursday, then you'll have a fantastic A, and you can try to keep it that way. By the way, just to be clear, I know a lot of you are dissatisfied with your current grade in math, possibly. It resets. It resets on Monday, okay? So if you have a C and you wanted an A, it resets. If you have an F and you wanted a C, hopefully a B, possibly an A, it resets. So whatever past horror has happened, like maybe your parents were like, you need to get your grade up, it resets, okay? So with that said, continuing on. First thing I have to do is I have to get rid of the parentheses. I have to distribute that 3 into everything that's inside the parentheses. So I do 3 times 32, which is going to be 96, plus 3 times 2c is 6c's. Then I have a plus 4. I have some like terms here. I have my plus 4, and I have my 6. You notice how I also highlighted the sign that's in front of it? Okay. On the top of your homework last night, it said that you have to also include the sign that's in front of the like term. So you know if you're going to be just adding 96 to 4, or if you're going to be subtracting 4 from 96, if you also circle or include the sign that's in front, you know what action you have to take, such as knocking a wall down. There, all good. All right, that kind of scared me. Okay, so I add those two together, those two that are highlighted green, which are 96 plus 4, which is 100, and I can't do anything more with the 6c because I don't know what c is, so I can't add it together. Say that again? In this situation, yes. Because in order to simplify, there can be no like terms and no parentheses. Number 3. First thing we have to do is we have to distribute this 11 into this 8m and into this 5. So I have 88m plus 55. This 80m just keeps coming along at the end, so this whole thing just straight dropped down. Now I have I have the 2 like signs here, 2 like things. I have m's, so I'm going to underline those m's. Notice how I took that subtraction symbol with me? And I'm going to rewrite this, and I do want you to rewrite this as well. Yes? So we combine those two. What do you have as the answer? 8m plus 55. 8m plus 55. We had 88 m's. Someone's like, hey, give me 80 your m's. And we're like, okay. So now you only have 8 m's left. Fine. Take my m's. Hair bounced. Now this one here, number 4, this one here is just switching things around a little bit. This is so similar to everything we've done, but look what's being distributed now. The way you can know which number needs to be distributed, it's the number that's kissed up next to the parenthesis. Okay? It's the one that's snuggling up with the parenthesis. Okay? It's getting cold in the evenings, and it wants to hang out the parentheses. So it's like, okay, I'm going to hang out over here. Right now it's on the right side for this one, but look where it is over here on this one. This one is on the left side of the parenthesis. This one's on the left side of the parenthesis as well. This one's on the left side of the parenthesis. It doesn't matter what side of the couch it's snuggling up on to watch whatever TV show you like. Okay? Exactly. It doesn't matter what side it is. It's whatever is touching the parenthesis. That's what gets distributed in. Okay? Is that clear? All right. So it's on this side, but I'm still going to go over here, and I'm going to distribute it to these ones. This 2 comes along for the ride. It's just chilling. Then I got the 12b, because 12 times b is 12b. Then I have 48, because 8 times 4 is 12. I have some like terms in here. I have my 2, and I have my plus 48. So I'm going to just rewrite it so when you're looking at this when you're doing your homework and studying for that quiz tomorrow, like, okay, I put those like terms next to each other so I don't make a mistake. And then I come out with 50 plus 12b. Are there any questions? Okay. This one, number 5, is just like number 3. So I want you to write, you're going to submit this one. Ooh. You're going to submit this one, and you're going to put number 3 because that's what it's just like. It's just like number 3. If I were to zoom out and look at number 3, number 3 we have the number on the left side of the parenthesis. Look at number 3, number on the left side of parenthesis. I have a variable being added to something, and then I have a subtracting a whole number, okay? Number 6. Number 6, I have p plus 3, or 10 times the quantity p plus 3. This 10 is going to be distributed to the 3 and the p, so I have 10p plus 30, because 10 times 3 is 30. This 75 is just coming along for the ride. Nothing happened to it yet. And why is that sounding like that? I have some like terms here. I have the plus 30, and I have the plus 75. That just comes out to be 10p plus 105. What's it? What'd I change? What'd I change?
No, did you change like the thing? What?
Yes. I'm slick.
What you mean? Chicken ninja. Black dog.
Any questions on that? You have the question about the title? Oh. I'll answer that question in a little bit because it doesn't relate to math, but that's a good question. Now I have to distribute the 30. Now this time, whatever's happening to what's being distributed is out front. So everything is just being shuffled around. We have 3 things. It's just being shuffled around, and that's why we're doing all these examples. I have 30F that just goes along for the ride, plus 30 times 2G, which is going to be 60G, plus 30F. I have some like terms here. I have 30F. I have 38F. And what I did is I took that plus sign with it, so I know that I have to add those two together because that's what's circled here, or that's what also is included. So I have 68F plus 60G. All right, the next 3 are a little bit harder. We have a lot of variables in this one, and only one without a variable. So what's the first thing I have to do, Avery? Whenever I'm doing these, what's the first thing I have to do? Okay, using what? The 10, just the 10? The 10G. So I have 40 GH, 40 GH plus 110 G. And then the 7 GH just comes along for the ride until it's ready to be bunched with somebody. I have some like terms here. I have a number GH plus and a number GH. And if I didn't know if I was going to add or subtract, I also have highlighted that plus sign, so I know that I'm going to add them. So I have 47 GH plus 110 G. Because if I have 47 golden hats, I can't add them to 110 ghosts and have a new species of golden hat ghosts. I want one. A ghost with the golden hat. Sounds like a short story. First thing I have to do is distribute here. There are 4 different terms going on, so that's why we're doing this one. We have 5M plus 30 Minnesota, MN. That 2M and that 5 come down for the ride. You can't omit anything. Sorry, thank you. Thank you. And I have some like terms here. Shh. Shh. I have some like terms here. I have the M's. And notice how I also highlighted the negative symbol there, or the minus symbol. So I know that I have to subtract those 2 M's from the 5M. So I will just have 3 M's left. Plus 30 N's, because there's no other there. And then just that number 5, and that's my answer. Then there's this doozy. Now, I don't think you've seen brackets before. What a lot of people don't recognize what brackets are. Brackets are the second round of parentheses. Okay? Because in order to do order of operations correctly, you have to do parentheses first. Brackets are the next round of parentheses because we're going to be doing multi-step stuff the rest of the year. Yes.
What are the third ones?
Bigger brackets.
Like this?
It could almost look like that. It almost looks like a falcon. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have to get rid of parentheses. That's what you have to remember for this homework assignment. Get rid of the parentheses. Wow, can you not be playing with stuff? You've been having something else in your hand other than a pencil with notes the whole time. So I just want to see your notes on your desk and a pencil. That's it. Maggie? No, not Maggie. Megan. Yeah, almost like it ran into a wall and straightened out. Okay? I have to get rid of parentheses. So I have to distribute this 5 first. So I have 5J plus 50. And since that first round of parentheses is done, that bracket became parentheses because brackets are the second round of parentheses. So the first round's gone. Boom. Now I have a new first roundish. Yes. Yes. You'll find out. I have some like terms here. I have some like terms. I have a 3 and I have a plus 50. So I'm going to rewrite this. Now I have to get rid of the parentheses. I have to distribute that 5 distribute that 2 into the 5J plus 53. So I'm going to take this 2, distribute there, and distribute it there. So my new is, I have 10 J's now, plus 106 numbers. Are there any questions? I don't know if this worked because that yellow symbol around that stop sign shouldn't be there. We'll see.